another video, CFS, medical supplies and equipment. And, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Med-Mizer bed. Right now, we have uh, Dennis, and he is with the manufacturer Med-Mizer, and he, really good for if you're in a different facility. And let's go get started. Dennis.
All right, thanks, Silas. Did want to mention you were kind of pixelating going in and out, so hopefully everyone heard. I'm with Med-Mizer. My name is Dennis George. I'm one of the home care specialists here at Med-Mizer. We are a veteran-founded American manufacturer based in Batesville, Indiana. We have been manufacturing our innovative solutions for over 20 years, and I'm here to show you one of our most innovative products that we've probably had for about 10 years in different forms. Is a rotating pivot bed. This bed is called the Active Care. What this bed gives you is just the same functions as a traditional hospital bed, where you can elevate your head and knees, raise the bed up. But what this provides is the ability to cradle you, rotate you to the side of the bed into a full chair position, and assist you to stand. So this gives you that ability to not have to raise someone up, get their legs over, try to lift them or move them around. So you're greatly reducing that shearing friction risk. So you're reducing the risk of a pressure ulcer. You're reducing the risk of caregiver or patient injuries from pulling, tugging, things like that. So it really can help prevent a lot of injuries as far in pressure ulcers and reduce the amount of time it takes to get someone in and out of bed. We have 3 models of Active Care bed and 4 different mattress options. First model is a fixed height version, so that will still do the full head and knee elevation, also do the rotation into a chair, but will not raise up or down. The 2 models I have for you here have adjustable height, so you can raise the bed up and down, and when you're in the chair position, do a powered stand assist to assist you to stand. This bed over here is our Active Care Standard model, and this is our Active Care Deluxe, more of a premium model that gives you a full wood package, wood covers on the head and foot sections, wood runners, underbed lighting, backup battery. Both will do adjustable height, do the rotation into a chair, and a powered stand assist. Both are available in a 36-inch wide, 42-inch wide. They come standard in the 80-inch sleep service length. We do have extensions for 84 and 88 inches long for those really tall individuals. It is unique in its function. It does have vertical actuators. So the motors to raise the bed up and down are in the foot and head columns. And the advantage of that is it gives you what we like to call open architecture underneath the bed. So there's nothing underneath there blocking you from using any type of patient lift. And so if you need to use a sit-to-stand or any type of patient lift, you can easily roll that underneath the bed. Even for ease of cleaning, you can easily run a Swiffer, mop, vacuum right underneath the bed with nothing blocking you. It does have a built-in feature called roll in place. And what that does is that elongates the mattress when you elevate the head section to relieve the seat pressure and torso compression, and also reduces that push that you'll find most beds do, pushing you down to the foot section of the bed, where you're constantly having to reposition or a caregiver has to reposition you up in bed. Again, that helps reduce that risk of shearing, friction, pressure, all that. So reducing that risk of a pressure ulcer. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the bed just to kind of show you the functions here. And so, again, it acts as a traditional hospital bed, but where the value is really on this bed is I'm going to press one button, and you can see it's going to cradle me. It's picking my feet up. And it's rotating me to the side of the bed. So I'm not doing any movement. I'm allowing the bed to do the movement for me. So I'm not moving across the stationary surface. I'm not requiring a caregiver to move my legs over, get me up to a seated position. The bed is going to do that for me. Now it does stop in a reclined position first, and so it can act as a recliner chair. So if I'm up watching TV, and if I want to lower my head back or raise my knees up, I can do that from this position as well. But if I want to exit the bed, I'm just going to release and press and hold again. And now it's getting me to a full chair position. If I want to get to more 90 degrees, I'm just going to finish the head raise section. And now I'm almost at a 90-degree seated position. I can eat from this position, watch TV, whatever I need to do. If I'm an individual that has a lot of mobility still, I can push up on my mattress and easily stand and walk away from the bed. But if you're someone that has mobility issues, it is difficult to get up from that position, especially with that significant knee bend there. It may take a lot of effort for you to try to stand from that position. You can simply raise the bed up, and it can do a powered stand assist. Now, I have my mobility bar here. This is a bolted-on assist bar that gives you a nice sturdy grab point. And so it's just going to raise me straight up. I'm going to get kind of to the edge of the mattress, hold on to my mobility bar. If I had a walker, I could hold on to it there. And you can see it's just getting me to a standing position. And now if I was going to go to a commode or wheelchair, if I could just stand and pivot, I could hold on to this, my mobility bar, and I could stand and pivot right into my chair or commode or wherever you're going. Getting back in is very simple. You're really just going to lean against the mattress and lower it down to where you can get into the seat depth of the chair. Where that is valuable is if you're getting into the seat depth, as you'll see when I rotate back, I'm going to be at the top of the mattress, in the center of the bed, and so I won't have to reposition once I get back in bed. I'm just ready to go to sleep for the night. So now that I have it at a good position for me to be able to sit comfortably in the seat back of the chair, I can instantly just hit the return button, and it's going to rotate me back in bed. Take my feet up, start to cradle me again, and rotate me easily back in bed. Now I can stop at any time just by releasing the button, but as I continue to hold, it's going to take me all the way to a flat position if I want to. As you notice, I'm clearing the foot section so there's no heel rubbing, anything like that. So now that it's rotating me back, it's lowering my feet down, and then we'll lower my head down all the way to a flat position if I like. So that is the rotation feature of the active care bed. The seamlessly will get you in and out. The great thing about the deluxe model that I was in is that you'll notice it doesn't have any casters. So this bed is always in a locked position. It actually has wheels underneath the frame that it has a wheel button. And I'll bring this remote in so you can see it and go through the functions really quickly. It is a backlit remote, but there's your traditional bed functions, your head up and down, the full bed up and down. This is your auto contour, which operates your head and knees simultaneously. Your knee up and down. Here is your chair position, and to rotate back to the flat position. But as I was talking about the casters, if you need to move this bed for any reason, you can press and hold the wheel button here, and you'll notice it's lowering down. It's going to beep 4 times. There's the beeps, and now it's lowering the casters down to the floor, which is unlocking the bed. So if I need to move this bed, now it's on its wheels, I can easily move this bed around. It does have a built-in safety feature where it locks your functions out while the wheels are down. So the only function I will have is the ability to raise the bed up, which in turn relocks the bed and gives me all my functions back. And the reason for that is it wants to give you some type of notification that the bed is not in the proper position for you to get back in bed. That's the advantage of the Deluxe, where on the standard model, it does have the individual lock and unlock casters. And so there's really no notification if someone, a caregiver or someone comes in and locks the bed to move it for some reason while you're out and goes to put you back in. There's a little slide there. So you want to make sure that all your casters are locked before you do any removal or getting back into the bed. Same functions on the standard model. You will see. You will not have the wheel button or the underbed lighting unless you add the underbed lighting as an option. But this is our 42-inch wide model. So you can see it's a little wider for me. Operates the same. I can hold the button down and rotate myself right back into bed. One of the great features that one of my Parkinson's customers had mentioned is they love the use of the chair position to be able to take their loved one's socks and shoes off every day. So when they get them up, they can put the slippers on, but they're not bending down. They're not sitting on the side of the bed at an awkward angle. They can use the chair position and the individual functions of the knee and head and the ability to raise the bed up to get their feet to a good working level for them. PTs, OTs love if they're massaging the legs or doing anything on the legs. They have great access. They're not worrying about a footboard or anything in their way. They can easily work on the legs right from this position as well. And then when you're ready to get back in, you just hit the return button, and it will cradle you and rotate you right back in bed. Now, the beds are customizable for each individual's needs. We do everything kind of a la carte, so you can order head side rails if you need. You can order a knee side rail, one on one side, a mobility bar on the other. You can order no side rails. It's however the bed can best meet your needs and the caregiver's needs. And again, we do have 4 mattress options, 2 prevention, 2 treatment surfaces, all the way up to an alternating pressure, low air loss mattress built specifically for the active care bed that will not only give you tri-cell alternating pressure, but also microclimate through the top cover to help with drying and moisture reduction. It also will max inflate when you're rotating into the chair position to give you a firm surface to transfer off of. So that's an option for those that have either a very high risk for pressure ulcers or currently experiencing pressure ulcers. Trying to heal those. Both the standard and deluxe models have optional Trendelenburg and reverse Trendelenburg. So if you have swelling in the knees or the feet, ankles, legs, you can get that bed into that Trendelenburg position to get your feet above your heart for reduce that swelling. There's 3 options to add that to the bed. They are accessory options that will need to be added to use the Trendelenburg feature. The first is just a secondary remote that has trend and reverse trend on it. The second option is our caregiver control. So this is a mounted hand control. You can either use the dedicated mount that will mount into the footboard, or it has a hook on the back that can hook just right on the footboard itself. But what this gives you an advantage to the trend pendant is all your bed functions plus lockout capabilities. So if you're a caregiver to a loved one that's using this bed and you want them to have that remote to be able to raise or lower their head section, knee section for comfort, but you don't want them raising the bed or moving into a chair position by themselves, you can easily lock out all those functions that you don't want them to do and just give them the functions that you provide from inside the bed. And that will prevent them from using those functions that may harm them. The third option is what is on our deluxe bed right now, and this is a digital control touchscreen. So this allows you, again, gives you all functions, plus trend, reverse trend, lockout capabilities. It also gives you the bed angle, the motor angles. So if you have an individual that needs their head to keep their head of bed above 30 degrees, you can raise this up and visually see that head level is at 30 degrees, and you can lock it out. So that's the advantage of the touch screen as well, is that you can do multiple functions from it. It is stationary on the bed, so no risk of disconnecting or anything like that. Silas, do you have any questions for me on the active care at all?
Yes, I do have a few questions I have here. Some things that those out there may ask. The first question I have is, are all the Med-Mizer beds, are they all fully electric?
They are. Yep. Every single bed in our portfolio, even the ones beside the active care, are all full electric.
Okay, and then the second question I have is, because you pretty much covered most of the questions in the presentation. Also, now when it comes to facilities, what facilities do you think these beds would be more likely to be in, outside of the home use?
Yep. Hospice, long-term care, rehab centers. Um, they're a valuable tool for those facilities to, one, reduce the staff needed to get someone in and out of bed. Usually that requires, if it requires a patient lift, normally facilities require a minimum two-person lift. Not only that, when you go into that room to get someone up, you're looking for the second person to help. You may be running down the hall trying to find a lift. If it's in use, you're waiting for that to get done so you can use it in your room. Maybe finding the right sling as well. So this greatly reduces that time. Cost of a pressure ulcer in a facility or a workplace injury to the staff is significant. So you can greatly reduce that occurrence with this type of bed because you're not doing all that movement, that repositioning. So you're reducing, as I said, that shearing friction, and you're reducing that strain on the patient and caregiver, pulling them up, getting them up, turning them, things like that, to get a sling underneath them. Even
Okay.
if you use a sling in a facility,
Yeah.
getting a sling on from the chair position is
Yeah.
easier than trying to roll them from the flat position because they're already sitting up. You can really stuff that sling behind them, wrap it around their legs, and lift them up with the patient lift. So even if you're still have to use a patient lift with that individual, that specific patient, having them being able to rotate in the chair position is going to make it a lot easier and a lot less difficult on that patient and caregiver.
Okay, and then another question I have is for patients out there who may need. So like we had one person who we showed the Med-Mizer bed to, and they really liked it. One thing they wanted to know was the patient was bed bound, so they were wondering if the bed had basically like a safety strap to keep them from falling out of the bed when they're in the chair position. So they were wondering like if it has like maybe like a seat belt or a type of restraint, if you will, in that kind of situation.
So we don't provide any restraints or anything like that on the bed due to safety reasons. We recommend using the bed head and knee elevations to cradle that individual more, and understand that even bed-bound patients can get benefit from the active care bed as they're getting into a higher head elevation, better for breathing, blood flow, things like that. So we recommend using the head and knee elevations, but there are some companies, third parties that you can order from that can easily attach to the bed if you feel like you need some type of restraint from that. And we can kind of recommend some companies too. It's just not something we provide.
Okay, and then also because I remember in your presentation you were referring to like the different mattresses. You have the low air loss mattresses. Are there mattresses that comes with? Are there different options outside of the loss or the
Yeah.
or
Yep.
yeah?
There's
Is there
four
like different
different
options
mattress
or
options.
going wrong?
Yeah, four different
Yeah.
mattress options. We have Our starting point is a deluxe called the deluxe mattress, 7-inch high density foam.
Okay.
So what you typically find in a regular hospital bed is like a 6-inch foam mattress. So we did spec our
Yeah.
mattresses out to a higher density to give you more comfort, more longevity, because we deal with a higher patient population, right? We're dealing with Parkinson's, ALS, complications from stroke, aging in place. So really individuals that have a lot of needs. So you'll find that they're a higher quality mattress. But our deluxe is a multi-layered foam. It's the softest of the four. So it's going to give you some immersion and envelopment. You step up to our next mattress option. It's called the Elite. Again, 7-inch high density foam, but this also has 2 inches of copper gel infused memory foam. And that's designed to disperse the heat. So when you're trying to resolve or prevent pressure ulcers, that heat buildup behind you can really cause your skin to become macerated with sweat. Kind of like when you're in a bathtub and your skin is really white and soft and easily torn. That's what can happen if you're really sweating on the backside. So that Elite is designed to help disperse that heat. It is a medium firm to firm mattress. That is our most popular option. Seems to fit a lot of our patient population's comfort level as well. And then you get into our treatment surfaces. So our starting point in our treatment surface is called the Stat Mat. It's designed a little differently, still a 7-inch foam encasement, but that has 8 individual air and foam filled bladders that can form around the body and react with movement. So it's non-powered, so there's no pump or anything, but that is going to give you that cradling feel and reactive mattress to where when you move, it adjusts with you. I've been told that by some clients that is a firmer mattress. So really kind of recommend if you're talking comfort level only, that is going to be our firmest option. But it is our starting point in our prevention. So, high risk, early stage, kind of that you're starting to see some redness. Maybe you want a different surface on there. And then finally, that's our final prevention or treatment surface is our alternating pressure low air loss mattress. This is really designed for really high risk individuals, or they're already dealing with complicated ulcers, stage 3, stage 4. It is a blower system, moves a lot of air, tri-cell technology, so it's always doing that walking feel up and down the body. It actually does have 3 treatment functions, not only alternating pressure but pulsation. And where pulsation is different is that all your cushions are set to the same pressure, and then all of them are going to deflate about 50% at one time and then raise back up. And that gives you kind of that adjustment feel to help with pressure relief. And then we have static as well. With static is your cushion stays stationary at that same pressure. So you can combine the different treatment surfaces on or treatment options on one mattress with that alternating pressure low air loss mattress. So you can use alternating pressure during the day. If it's moving too much at night, you can do the pulsation or static, whatever meets your needs the best.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So, and then another question I have is, because I know you went through the different options, the different models. So, based on all the models, what model do you think most people should start with? Like, which one should they go with? Because they're all really good. They all have different, advantages. They're all really good. But for like, let's say most patients, which one should they really look for?
And Dennis, I'm gonna chime in a little quick. I'm sorry, my voice is kind of out this morning, but just a real quick thing. So because I know that you have mentioned about different diagnoses and different conditions that patients may have, but
Yep.
also this bed is really good too for I would say for if you just have a back injury, like if you suffering with certain back conditions
Yeah.
and you find it hard and difficult to get out of bed every day and you just want something just make your life easy, I would say this would be great for that too. Would you say that?
Yeah, definitely. If you're having to use like a lift chair to get you in and out, and it's difficult for you to get in and out of bed, this would be a fantastic option to get you back in your bedroom. We get those calls all the time where they're just struggling to get in and out of bed. It's not like they're sick, and they've been sleeping in their lift chair, which we all know is not the best option for someone. Long-term skin issues, things like that. So if we can get them back into the bedroom, with any diagnosis, anything, sleep is is a lot of times the most important factor to stave off long-term complications. So if we can get them back in their bedroom and get them a good restful night's sleep, not only getting them in and out easy, but also the articulations of the bed to help manage any pain and discomfort and keep them comfortable over the night and get them long, good quality sleep, that's going to be to their long-term advantage.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Dennis.
And then, Silas, to answer your question on the what I typically recommend for most individuals, at a minimum, is the standard model. Because adjustable height feature in a home especially is such a valuable tool. Not only because you get the powered stand assist when you're in the chair position, but also for long-term needs. If a caregiver needs to step in and provide more care, you can raise that bed up where that caregiver is not breaking their back trying to care for you. The optional trend, reverse trends available on there too to provide that more articulation to manage swelling, but also you can even do like a zero gravity position for comfort. There's just so many different articulation positions to manage that pain and discomfort with the adjustable height that you would not get with the fixed. So that's where I start minimum is this standard model because it does have the adjustable height. And then you go over, well, what other complications or needs do you have? You talk about the deluxe with the premium aesthetics, but also the advanced safety of the wheels. The wheels being up off the ground, the bed's always in a locked position. And if you have more complicated needs where you need a daily weight, you can add a weight scale to the deluxe that will give you that daily weight. Congestive heart failure. You want to make sure they're not retaining a ton of water, that there's not significant weight changes. So having a weight scale in this bed would be, this is what I would recommend for someone that needs a weight scale, would be the deluxe with the medical package that includes the weight scale, digital touchscreen, along with the backup battery and underbed lighting.
Okay, and then my last question is, a lot of patients may want to know is are these beds covered by insurance?
Yeah, unfortunately not. Most insurances follow kind of your typical Medicare and Medicaid guidelines where they provide like bare minimum equipment, like a semi-electric bed, really kind of low cost items. Now I have had some clients be able to get reimbursed through, separate long-term care insurances that they typically will reimburse the individual. And you may get some reimbursement from your regular insurance as well. It just won't be, enough to cover the full bed typically.
Okay, and then my last question is the pricing. So since we know that it's not covered by the insurance, or like you said, there is a possibility where they could be reimbursed, afterwards. Because these are fully customized beds, I know that one price doesn't fit all. So based on what they want, does the pricing kind of go up and down just based on the features that they need?
Yeah, because if you're going to add, different rails, different mattress options, so the price can fluctuate. Our lowest price, of course, is going to be our fixed height version, and then all the way up to our deluxe with the medical package is going to be the most expensive. So yeah, you're correct in saying that your price does fluctuate from the items that you add on and subtract.
Okay, yeah. So that's pretty much all the questions I have today. Anything else?
And I would just say that there is financing for people who don't want to come out of pocket completely full price. We do have financing, so definitely give us a call at CFS Medical Supplies, CFS Solutions at 310-817-5373 to discuss financing if you are interested in purchasing one of the Med-Mizer beds. So, Dennis, I want to thank you today for taking your time getting up so early this morning. Well, I would say we up early for us and spending your morning with us. So thank you so much for sharing this great information.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate the opportunity. And one thing I'd like to mention before we go too is that I mentioned earlier, we are an American manufacturer.
Yes.
We are in Batesville, Indiana, so we can ship very quickly. So it is something that you're needed. You're not waiting months for. We ship within about 3 to 5 business days, or a lot of times sooner when we get the order. And so you'll get your product very quickly. We do installs, so we can get it installed for you, all that. So yeah, if you're interested, contact CFS Medical Equipment. and they'll be able to answer any questions. Something they can't answer, they will get me involved, and we'll help you out as best we can.
Sure will, exactly. And then there's that white glove treatment that they get, so it's already set up for you and
Yep.
all of that great stuff. And to just remember too, the warranty and things of that nature, you want to definitely deal with your local provider, because we're able to, talk to dentists directly there. We deal with the manufacturer directly. I'm so sorry,
Yep.
my voice is not. We deal with the manufacturer directly, so there's no third parties involved or anything like that. So you'll definitely be in good hands. So with that said, we want to thank you again for joining us this morning. And you can go to our website at www.cfsmedicalequipment.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Dennis, you have any last words?
That's all. Thank you very much for having me. Have a wonderful day.
You too, Silas, any words? No?
No, so the website is so it's www.cfsmedicalequipment.com. So you guys can go on the website and see the beds, because I know her voice is just her voice was a little out. So so that's our website. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to call us. It's on the website as well. And we deal directly with dentists, with the manufacturer, so we can answer most questions. But like Dennis said, anything that that's a little bit more sophisticated, we can get Dennis in there. And so
All right.
thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day, Dennis. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay.